Just Frankie from Flatbush reporting from Frankie from Flatbush headquarters on the PFF grade. We had to take a look at these PFF grades. What do the stat nerds over at PFF think about our team's performance? We had a performance yesterday, Thursday night football, and we came out there and pounded the New England Patriots 24-3. But that sounds good, Frankie. But what did the PFF stat nerds think of our performance, you might be thinking? Well, we're going to take a look. So here we go. Share screen. Let's see if the graduate student can do this. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. So this is the overall standings. So you can see we're kind of moving on up. Here we are, number 8 in the league right now overall, which is interesting. We're up to a 76.5 overall grade. Now we have 3 games played and everybody else has 2. So, except for the Patriots. So we'll have to see, how things play out this week. But right now we're sitting at number 8. That's pretty good. And our overall grade is 76.5. Also pretty good. Interesting thing is, look at our offense, 77.1. And look at our special teams, 82.8, which means bringing up the rears, the defense. And so if we trust the coaching staff on anything, it's the defense. So you think that's going to improve over time. So I would say things are looking overall pretty good. Pretty good. All right, so let's go to the offensive grades. Let's make this a little bigger. For the this is for the game yesterday, not overall. And we see Braylon Allen is leading the way from that game yesterday. He got, 87.7 grade. Nicely done. Look at Joe Tipman. Now, this is a great story for us. This is our young guy, second year center, and he's getting very good grades. And you got to like a young guy getting the good grades, let's be honest. But this could be a center, our anchor point for our line for a long time to come, so this is very good news. We have Aaron Rodgers playing well. This is great news, basically not because it's a surprise, but because of the injury. He's coming off of injury, obviously, and that's what all anybody wanted to talk about, over the offseason. Yes, it's Rodgers, but he's coming back from injury, don't you know? And he won't be himself. Well, he looks pretty much like himself, at least in this game sure did. Allen Lazard, surprise, surprise. Big Mike Williams, the BMW, as we like to call him. You want to ride in luxury, you go with the BMW. Now, Olu Fashanu got into this game due to an injury to Morgan Moses, and it looks like Morgan's going to be out a few weeks at least, so Olu's going to get more play. So how did the kid do? Well, 70.8 in his first action. And the surprising part is he's known as a great pass blocker. Didn't do so hot this game in pass blocking, but look at his run blocking. And so you think, well, this is going to improve. He's going to, after he gets his feet wet a little bit, gets more into the game, into the NFL game, we're going to see him hopefully get his pass blocking up to snuff over time. So not too bad for Olu. Tyler Conklin, Breece Hall, so forth and so on. Even Isaiah Davis got his first action. Didn't do too hot grade-wise, but that's okay for the rookie. Morgan Moses down here. Now, one of the things that could happen is that Morgan Moses has not been graded out very well in these games, and the coaching staff may take a look at Olu's performance over the next couple of weeks, and if he is performing well, maybe he wins the starting job and Morgan Moses becomes a backup and a swing tackle, and that'd be okay. And in fact, if that did happen, I would be Joe Douglas, and I would say, listen, Morgan, we want you here. We want you in a backup capacity. We'll give you $7.5 million over 2 years. You can be the backup, be our swing tackle, and be the great locker room guy you always have been. Stick around. We love you. Want you to be here and see what happens. So that'd be interesting. Tyron Smith didn't grade out well here in this game, so we don't know what's going on with Tyron. He didn't have a particularly strong game in this game. Hopefully just, nothing to worry about. John Simpson hasn't been, terrific, but he's been okay. So that's good. We even have Solomon Thomas here. They list him as a fullback. We brought him in a couple of times on offense. Surprisingly, surprise, surprise. Solly Thomas. Talk about creativity. So good job, Nathaniel Hackett, on that. What about the defense? Well, let's take a look at that. Quinnen Williams led the way. This is more in line with what we are expecting out of our all pro defensive tackle that we pay $24.5 million to per season. You got to get a good grade, Quinnen. How about that? Well, he got a sack, a hit, 3 hurries, 5 total pressures. Very nicely done by Mr. Quinnen Williams. Uh, Sauce Gardner back on his game here. And then you like to see Chuck Clark up here because he had a couple of really bad games, and maybe he's just rounding into form from that ACL injury that he's coming back from. And if we can get excellent safety play out of Chuck Clark, that would be much appreciated. Quincy Williams doing Quincy Williams things. DJ Reed back on his game. Isaiah Oliver getting some play on a big nickel basis and playing pretty well. Here's Will McDonald had. They do now credit him with 3 sacks. I'm not sure about that. He had 2 sacks in the game, or 2.5. Oh, that's what it is. PFF rounds up. So if you get 2.5, officially they give you 3 because you were sacking the quarterback 3 times. They don't care about the box score adding up. So that's why their stats are a little different with regard to that. But look at old Mr. Will McDonald coming into form. Now, his tackling could improve. This means he has some missed tackles. Run defense needs to improve, but overall, doing a good job and sacking the quarterbacking, so you can't argue too much about that. Chaz Surratt, limited play, did fine. Even look at a Braden McGregor. Is Braden McGregor rounding into form? 15 snaps, decent grades all around, a couple of pressures. Boy, it would be nice if the odds are against it, but boy, wouldn't it be nice if we developed yet another UDFA as a impact defensive end? That would be kind of crazy. Michael Clemens playing okay. That's fine. Sherwood played fine in an increased role here. Kinlaw, we'd like to see a little bit more out of you, buddy. 3 pressures, okay. Tony Adams playing okay. Missed some tackles. Leonard Taylor got into the game. Here's another UDFA, but a defensive tackle. Missed some tackles, and so got poor tackling grade, but otherwise okay for a first game. Not too shabby. And then you have Solomon Thomas, Michael Carter, Jalen Holmes. This game by Holmes, he did not play well. Michael Carter, hopefully his high ankle sprain that he's been dealing with, hopefully, this mini bye for 10 games off, hopefully that heals up and he can go back to the normal format and form of Michael Carter II that we're used to seeing. All right, that's fine, but what about the passing grades for Mr. Rodgers? In this game, he's back to his normal self. 77% completions, more like what we're used to seeing over here. 281 yards, 2 touchdowns, no big time throws, no turnover worthy plays, and it's time to throw a little high, 2.62. You like to see that 2.5 or better, but in this game a little bit high. Let's take a look at something else here now. This is Mr. Rodgers. Look at this. Imagine now you're the defensive coordinator of, say, I don't know, the Denver Broncos, and you're looking for ways to attack the New York Jets, and they have this quarterback, and his name is Aaron Rodgers. You say to yourself, I'm going to blitz this old man. I'm going to get him off his spot. Okay. Yeah. You know what Aaron Rodgers says? Fuck you. Get out of here. That bullshit. Blitz me, I got a 90 grade. All right, but I'll pressure him without blitzing. I got a good front. I got Jonathan Cooper. I got JFM. I got people. We'll get to him without blitzing. Okay, you know what Aaron Rodgers says? Fuck you. Get out of here. That bullshit. How are you going to deal with this guy? You can't blitz him. You can't pressure him without blitzing. You keep him clean, he does just fine. What are you going to do? Just sit back and rush one guy and put every. What are you going to do? Uh, it's a tough one. It's a conundrum. Let's hope he keeps it up. So yeah, good luck coming up with a game plan. Good luck. Good luck. All right, let's check out the pass blocking. How do we do that? Look at Solly Thomas, the fullback. Maybe Solly Thomas will be reincarnated as a fullback. He's going to be a two-way player, baby. He's a defensive tackle. He's a fullback. He can do it all. I mean, what do you need Travis Hunter for when you got Solly Thomas playing both sides of the ball? How about this? 100% pass blocking efficiency. Didn't let anybody in there in one attempt, one opportunity. All right, Solly, we see you. Tyler Conklin, good job, 100%. Brendan Bates, guy we got off waivers from the Bears, 100%. Jeremy Ruckert, 100%. Olu Fashanu, 100%. Ali Vera Tucker, 100%. Joe Tipman, 98.7, still excellent. John Simpson, 97.5, good. Morgan Moses, no bueno. Tyron Smith, no bueno. So something's going on with our tackles. Got to see I don't really know what to tell you. We got to look at the film maybe about Tyron, see what's going on here. But this is not the normal grades you would expect out of Tyron Smith. Hopefully, he's not falling off a cliff over here and maybe just had a bad game. That's what you got to hope with him. These are also bad grades from Allen and Hall, but they're running backs. You don't expect them to be technically perfect. You just expect them to have a high effort, and try and, slow people down, basically. All right, well, what about rushing direction? And you see here, middle right. Our right guard is named AVT. Always run behind AVT. Always veer toward Tucker. You see here, 8.3. 7.7 off the left tackle, so that's good. That's Tyron. Or actually right here. So not much to be gleaned here. Let's take a look at the rushing regular machine. See something. So we're still running majority zone scheme. We were told in the offseason ad nauseum by all the people who think they know things that we're going to become more of a gap scheme team. Nope. 17 zone, 13 gap. Now we're kind of even, so that's good. Maybe we're going to become more of a balanced team. You don't know what we're going to do. We'll hit you in the gap. We'll hit you with a zone. We'll hit you with whatever. We'll do whatever is needed on any given play because we now have a trigger man named Aaron Rodgers who can change things up. Look at the defense. Whatever you give us, we will take it. Want to give us something in the flat? We'll take it. Want to give us something deep? We'll take that. Want to give us something in the middle? We'll take that. You want to give us a run to the left? We'll take that. Want to give us a run to the right? We'll take that. Want to give us a run through the tackles, through between the guards? We'll take that. A gap, B gap, C gap, whatever gap you give us, we'll take it, and we'll make you pay. And I like it. Now we got a special teams grades here. Thomas Hennessy, number 1. That's good. That's our long snapper. Good job, Henny. Marcelino McCrary Ball came off the practice squad and contributed on special teams. Nice job, Marcelino. Even Brandon Eccles helping out here. The young running backs helping out on special teams. Chaz Surratt, Isaiah Oliver, so forth and so on. Now we have Irv Charles down here. No bueno for the Wolf. Had that stupid penalty. Hitting some guy in the head. You can't let him get to you, Irv. I know you're the Wolf and everything, but you can't let him get to you where you're smacking people in the head. They're going to call that every time. Got to stop with that. Now, we're not going to be able to do any comparisons because we were the first team to play this week. So we're not going to do comparisons. Doesn't make any sense because we did comparisons through week 2. We were the first ones out of the gate for week 3. So next week we'll have a good comparison through week 4, and we'll compare our position, all of our players against other people in the league, and see where we stand. But otherwise, those are all the PFF grades. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section down below. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're trying to get up to 200 subscribers. We would appreciate your help with that. And click like, click the bell, click all the buttons, and I will see you.
Non-pertinent. How do you log that non-pertinent?
No drug talk?
They use codes to hide their patron phone numbers. And when someone does use a phone, they don't use names. And if someone does use a name, he's reminded not to. All of that is valuable evidence.
Of what?
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy?
We're building something here, Detective. We're building it from scratch. All the pieces matter.